Hi guys, today I want to talk about karma. But before I get into karma, I wanted to kind of point out a stone that I'm wearing today, and the stone is called malachite. And there are times when I wear different stones throughout the day, and I believe that stones have power. And this particular stone, malachite, it's a powerful healing stone. It clears all chakras, brings about a strong affinity with nature, releases negative energy and experiences, encourage risk-taking, useful for cramps, fractures, swollen joints, vertigo, and it stimulates the liver. I'm actually going to use mine today because I am trying to release a negative experience. And that's why I'm speaking about karma today. And what I want to say about karma, a lot of us, me included many years ago, would often say, if someone wronged you, I would think, you know what? Karma's going to get them. Karma is that word, B, and it's going to come back and bite them. And I held on to that because I thought that's how karma worked. And like I said, that was many years ago. But now I have a clear understanding that karma is not something that the universe goes in and seeks revenge on your part for somebody that wronged you. That's not how karma works. Karma is basically whatever that person is holding in their heart and in their mind and feeling. If they inflict something upon you and they're holding that in their heart, their mind, a strong, intense intention for you to be hurt, then the bottom line is that they are creating their own reality. And so what happens is that whatever it is that they are seeking, it's also seeking them. It comes back. That's their karma. That's their boomerang effect. You or me, on the other hand, the person that was wronged or we felt we were wronged, we can't hold that space and that intensity towards them thinking something's going to come back to them. Because what will happen is that instead you will manifest that in your life. That's karma. No control on our part at all. So I want to go into the 12 laws that are a part of karma. I'm going to talk about 6 of them today, and then the next video I'll talk about the other 6 laws that are a part of the karma law. So the first law that's under the law of karma is called the Great Law, and that's the law of cause and effect. And I think that's the one we're most familiar with, but a lot of us tend to apply it wrong. Like I said in my intro, we think somehow if someone calls something to affect us in a negative way, that somehow that will come back and affect them in a negative way. And that's not how it works. This law basically is you reap what you sow. If you put out distrust, if you put out greed, any of those types of feelings, then that's what you will receive back. If you put out love, if you put out gratitude, then that's what you will receive back. That statement that what you're seeking is also seeking you. This is the law of cause and effect in motion. So if what you want is love in your life, then be more loving to yourself. If you want more gratitude in your life, then be grateful for the fact that you're here. Be grateful for you as a person and the things that you bring to this world. The next law is the law of creation, and basically what it says, creation. So what this is telling you is that you have to do something. You can't just sit still and wait for something to happen. You have to take action. And this is how we create in life. We are the co-creators of our current situation. The thing that I want to mention about the law of creation is that, once again, it requires action, but you have to have an intention. What is the intention? What is it that you intend to happen in your life? What is it that you're seeking? So you have to formulate your intention, and then after getting the intention that you're trying to manifest, then you put your attention to those intention or that intention that you have. You have to be able to have a laser focus on what it is that you're trying to create. Simply stated, energy flows where your attention goes. So if your attention is on something negative, then that's where your energy is going to go. And if your attention is on something positive or something that's uplifting, then that's where your energy will go. And also, there's a flip side to it. You also have to know, in the law of creation, when to release something. A lot of us hold on to a feeling, and I will say that I am guilty of that as well. That's when I kind of go back to that old mentality, and I say to myself, God, I wish karma was so simple that the universe would just handle my bad experiences that I've encountered with people. But I know that is not the case. So there are times when I have to tell myself, release that energy. Let it go. If you need to meditate, if you need to pray, if you need to listen to music, if you need to take a walk in the park, whatever it is that allows you to release that negative energy. Hence, my malachite stone. I am trying to release some energy that has been just kind of sticking around, and I need it to go away. And I know that I have to focus my energy on something positive instead of focusing on the situation that occurred, because otherwise I will just keep recreating that situation over and over again, and that is not healthy for me. The next law under the karma laws is the law of humility. And this law basically states that in order to change something, you have to first accept that it exists. And a lot of us go into this where we become blind. We don't want to see. It's like hear no evil, speak no evil, see no evil. We don't want to see what is currently in our lives. So when you don't see it and you don't accept it, then you can't change it. You have to be willing to humble yourself and see what's currently around you. And then once you see it and you accept it, now you can move forth and change it. So humility is a really important factor in karma. So let me break this down just a bit further. A lot of people know certain things about themselves, their temperament, their mental state of mind, how they view the world, how they view others. And those things might not be very kind or very positive. If you have a certain characteristic about yourself that you know is not really good, and you choose to turn a blind eye to it because you don't want to acknowledge it, you think somehow by not acknowledging it that it doesn't exist or people won't see it, then you will have a hard time moving forward with this law. This law basically says, accept it. Look at what you see. Look at who you are. And only then can you go in and start to change yourself. You have to be honest with yourself. Humble yourself. Be honest. Look into the mirror And if you don't like what you see, that's fine. Don't like it, but accept it and now move forth and try to change that person. Change is good. The fourth law of the karma laws is the law of growth. And this law is basically talking about self-development. It's about growing inwardly, that inner person. And as you grow inwardly, then that expands outwardly. That allows you to grow in your society, in your environment. But you have to first start within and to change certain patterns or beliefs or hang-ups that you have. A lot of people go in and they may read or they may go to self-help classes, look at videos, a lot of different things that can help you grow internally. This internal growth also goes in and talks about having the ability to know that there are things that you have no control over, like other people, and being able to accept that you do not have control over those people, that you are only in control of you. And this brings me to the serenity prayer. And the prayer goes like this. It says, God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things that I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. The wisdom to know the difference. And that's when that inner development that you seek. Now you start to understand the difference, and that this is what I have control over, but this over here I do not. That's not my spiritual business. The fifth law under the 12 laws of karma is the law of responsibility. And this law basically is saying that you take responsibility for everything that has shown up in your life. That's good or bad, it doesn't matter. Everything that's in your life, everything that you see around you in your environment, the people who you interact with, you're responsible for all of that, everything. And we also are responsible for how we treat people. You take responsibility for how you treat others. You take responsibility for how you allow others to treat you. And most importantly, we take responsibility for how we show up in the world. What kind of person are you? Are you a loving person, kind? Are you a person who is always giving? Or are you the type of person that's always trying to get over, always trying to be the first in line, not having any kind of empathy for a person who is going through something that's not pleasant? How do you show up in the world? You have to take responsibility for that. That's all you. Number 6 is the law of connection. And this law simply states that everything and every person is connected in some way. So that means the person sitting across from you, you're connected to that person. And the person sitting behind you, you're connected to that person. We are all connected. We are connected to how we were, our past. Our past is connected to who we are right now in our present. And our present is connected to who we will be in our future. It is all a connection. There is no separation at all. And I know that a lot of us find it quite probably hard to understand how you can be connected to someone clear across the world. But if you think of it this way, there is one source, and we all come from that one source. So if we all come from that one source, then we're all connected. So when I think of this law, I have to go back to the law of humility, and I have to really humble myself and say, Cynthia, you can't judge others, because, you know, we all know that there are people out there that we look at and we say, I am no part of that person. That person can't be a part of me because of the type of person they are. And you distance yourself from that person. So when you think about the law of connection and you say, well, how can I accept that? How can I accept that I am connected to that person? And it's hard. It's definitely a hard law to comprehend. So that's why I have to take it to a higher level. I can't get bogged down with this earthly stuff where we're speaking from our lower part of our spiritual body, our soul. I mean, I have to elevate myself from my earthly self and go to my higher self and see it at a higher state, and realize that if there's one source and we all come from that one source, then we are all connected. Good, bad, ugly, we're all connected. Now, that doesn't mean you have to be around that person. That doesn't mean that you have to entertain those types of people. Not at all. You're just understanding these laws and how they work, and respecting the laws as you move through this journey here on earth. So next time I will talk about the remaining 6 laws under the law of karma. Like I said, there's 12 laws under the law of karma, and I went over the 6 of them today, and the next video will have the remaining 6. So if this is something that you find interesting, please share and like my my video and subscribe. Once again, I do things like spiritual principles that I use, life lessons, a little music, a little poetry here and there. So if this is something that you find helpful, then please come back and see me again. My name is Cynthia, and this is A Heart Thing. Have a good day, guys.